Hi, in this video I will be talking about the concept of persons in English grammar, the first, the second and the third person, and also be speaking about why it is important for you to understand this concept. If you're interested, stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Dr. Swasti Dhar and welcome to my channel Learn English with Swasti, where I talk about everything English, grammar, vocabulary and communication skills. Let's start today's video.
Let me start with the why. Why we need to know about persons. In English, verbs are conjugated on the basis of number, singular or plural, time, the tenses, that is past, present or future, and on persons. Unlike Hindi or Marathi, where we also conjugate the verb on the basis of gender and the age of the person that we are talking to, whether we will use tum or whether we will use aap. In English, we don't have that. But we need to know the person that who's speaking in order to get the correct verb conjugation, the correct subject-verb agreement for a sentence. There's another reason why we need to learn, and children in the age group of 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or the first level of grammar need to know about persons is because it's used a lot in storytelling. So when you have to comprehend whose point of view is being spoken about, you need to know the concept of persons. Now I'll be making a separate video on points of view because that's not a grammatical concept, it's more of a reading, writing skill concept. But to understand that point of view, to understand how stories are told, to understand narration, you need to understand this concept of persons, which is used in grammar, and also to get your subject-verb agreement correct with respect to persons. So let's begin. So in grammar, when we are speaking about persons, we are mainly focusing on the concept of pronouns and that also personal pronouns. So all nouns. Now persons is a concept concerned with nouns, but most of the nouns that we will talk about, the personal nouns that we'll talk about, just comes in the third person. So let's focus on the pronouns because pronouns are used in the case of a noun and we need to use the correct pronoun. So here I'll digress and just tell you another concept in grammar which affects persons, and that is the fact that nouns can act as the subject of the sentence, they can act as the object of the sentence, or something can belong to the person. So noun has many more functions. I'll take that up in detail later. But basically we are going to be looking at three cases where one, the person is doing an action. The second, the person is the object of the action. And the third is there another noun which belongs to this person. So this concept of subject, object and possessive case. So the first person is the person who is speaking. I, and in the plural, again we have to take both the singular as well as the plural. So when I am speaking in the first person, I am the speaker. If we are speaking together, if many of us are speaking, then it is we. So I and we are the subject pronouns with respect to the first person. I is singular, we is plural. I will come later to the object case and the possessive case. The second person refers to the person whom I am speaking to. So I am speaking to you. If I am speaking to one person, it is you. If I am speaking to many people, it is again you. In India, we do say you all. It's also used in the slang. It's not used so much in the formal writing. So you is both singular and plural. The third person is the person we are speaking about. If it's a male, it's he, she. If it's a neutral thing, it's it. So he, she, it are the personal pronouns. You can also be taking that person's name. So let's say I'm speaking about Ram, or I'm talking about Sita or Hanuman. Then they come into the third person. So this is the only place, as I had mentioned before, where proper nouns or even common nouns, I could be talking about a city or I could be talking about a garden. So this is the only place where the nouns directly come in. They generally will come in, or they will always come in at the third person. Otherwise, the pronouns will be he, she, it, and in the singular, and they in the plural. So these were about the subject pronouns. Now what if they were the object of a sentence, which means let's say Ram and I are speaking, and I'm telling you, I'm speaking in the first person, and I say, I was speaking to him. I was speaking to Ram. I say I was speaking to Ram, I can directly take his name and you know that I was speaking to Ram or I was speaking to Sita. But if I have to use a pronoun, then I will say him, her, or she was speaking to me. So let's get this into a tabular framework. If we start with the first person, the object pronoun is me, us. She was speaking to me, they were speaking to us. For you, it becomes your. He is your brother. She is your sister. Okay? So it's your in both cases. And for the third person, we have him, her, and them. It becomes a very difficult thing to put in the object pronoun. So we generally end up rephrasing a sentence. So I speak to him, I speak to her, I will speak to them, they will speak to me. So this is how you use it in the object case. Now the fun comes in when we use the possessive case. Now here we are talking about two nouns, and one of them belongs to the first person, the second person, or the third person. In the first person, if something belongs to me, it is mine. Mine. This book is mine. That house is ours. So mine is in the singular, ours is in the plural. Similarly, in the second person, it is yours. Remember, with possessive pronouns, we never use an apostrophe. So it is Y-O-U-R-S, O-U-R-S, and not an apostrophe S. In the third person, we use his, hers, its, and theirs. So hers does not have an apostrophe. The words like H-E-R apostrophe S just don't exist. Same like Y-O-U-R apostrophe S, they don't exist. Its is the place where a lot of people have problem, because its as a personal pronoun will not take an apostrophe, like the dog is wagging its tail, or the car's door, so its door is painted red. So there it's a personal pronoun, we don't put an apostrophe. So his, hers, its in the singular, and theirs in the plural. If you have any comments or any questions, do let me know in the comments below. And if this video has provided any value, do like it, consider subscribing to my channel, and you can also follow me on my blogs learningwithsd.com, and follow me on Instagram at Learn English with Swasti. Thank you for watching this video.